Back when shopping malls were all the rage, you couldn't walk through the various stores and stands without seeing at least one person carrying a clear plastic cup of Orange Julius. Despite just about every shopping mall worth its salt boasting an Orange Julius somewhere in its twisty halls, you could rarely find someone who had ever tried one, even fewer who actually liked it, and no one who could tell you what the hell it was. Today, shopping malls are all but extinct, limiting your chances to try the drink that once supported over 700 stores worldwide. But would it be worth the effort? Or is it best left in the rubble alongside Walden Books and Gymboree? Well, today we're finally answering, what is an Orange Julius exactly? But before we separate the pulp from the juice, why don't you hit that subscribe button? Then head down to the comments and let us know what other frozen mysteries you want to hear about next. For now, it's time to finally get to the bottom of one of these. The story of how Orange Julius came to be starts with a man with the predictable name of Julius Freed, though sometimes his last name is spelled with an I. According to the Montana Standard, Freed was originally from Butte, Montana, and was once the owner and operator of a cigar store, after possibly being busted for illegal gambling. The Montana Standard believes Freed struck out to Los Angeles, California in 1926, when citrus, particularly oranges, were all the rage. Squeezing his way into the latest trend, Freed opened up a small, fresh orange juice stand at 820 South Broadway and saw moderate success selling to the hot and thirsty California consumers. One of Freed's best customers also happened to be his real estate agent, a fella by the name of Willard Bill Hamlin. Bill had a background in chemistry and also a very sensitive stomach, and the acidic nature of Freed's orange juice stand caused Hamlin much discomfort. But when a product is that good, you don't give up on it, you just muscle through. Using his chemist powers, Hamlin developed a top-secret powdered vanilla-based formula that, when added to the OJ, produced a frothy, creamy smoothie that was unlike any beverage currently on the market. While the exact original recipe is unknown, many believe the early drink was a mixture of orange juice, ice, sweetener, milk, vanilla flavoring, and powdered egg whites,
aka meringue powder,
to give it that frothy texture. Whatever was in it drove the Roaring Twenties wild. Hamlin's concoction was a smash hit, and Freed's regular modest daily profit of about $20 a day ballooned to over $100 as the drink became more popular. And Hamlin wasn't done there. He believed in the product so fully that he invested $6,800 of his own money into the business, becoming Freed's partner along with building contractor William Larkin. Folks from all around the Los Angeles area were said to stop by the stand and yell, "Get me an orange, Julius!" And the name kinda stuck from there. When the stand was first getting its start, the trio figured their signature drink was just the beginning, offering several different medical tonics and Bible tracts along with orange refreshments. While selling all that extra stuff didn't pan out, Hamlin and Larkin thought the real money was in franchising, which wasn't really a thing in the 1920s. But expanding the small juice stand into several Googie-style drive-ins catering to automobiles turned out to be the right move. The expansion turned into a successful business venture for Larkin and Hamlin. At this iteration of Orange Julius, you could get the titular tonic along with some classic burgers and dogs with wacky names like the Mongrel and the Pickle Pooch. Probably smart of them to go with the name Orange Julius after all. No one wants to eat at Pickle Pooches. Orange Julius was an immediate success, with over 100 locations by 1929. This explosion in business only helped the signature Orange Julius become more widely recognized across the US. That same year, the very first Orange Julius opened in Manhattan, smack dab in the middle of Times Square. Folks wandering Broadway and 46th Street in the Big Apple could now get a splash of orange in their lives. Freed and Hamlin remained partners during this time until Julius's death in 1935. Hamlin would end up taking over the company, continuing its surge upward as more and more Orange Julius franchises popped up. During the 1950s and 60s, Orange Julius stands were a familiar staple at state and country fairs, in addition to the Googie-style freestanding locations. Googie is easily the most fun style of architecture to say, and the Julius became a worldwide sensation in 1964 after it was named the official drink of the 1964 New York World's Fair, the same year the It's a Small World ride debuted. By 1967, you could find an Orange Julius in over 700 locations across not only the United States, but Puerto Rico, Canada, and several parts of Asia as well. The headquarters of this frothy enterprise remained in Santa Monica, California, renaming itself Orange Julius International. Though not too international, as the company did see some failed ventures across Europe in the 1970s in places like London and Amsterdam. At their peak, Orange Julius had nearly 745 franchises, largely thanks to the widespread growth of shopping mall construction in the late 60s and early 70s. They were one of the first to realize the potential of food courts and endeavored to set up shop in nearly every major mall across the US and Canada. The high foot traffic and steady flow of customers looking for a quick and easy treat essentially made Orange Julius ubiquitous with mall culture. Though, again, we're not sure we've met anyone who's ever tried one. At its peak, Orange Julius was one of the most recognizable names in the beverage biz, boasting hundreds of locations across the world. They didn't need in-your-face advertising or a flashy mascot, mostly because they tried it on a few occasions and it never really stuck. When the juice stand debuted, they decided on a strange ad campaign titled "A Devilish Good Drink," complete with a devil mascot holding a pitchfork near an orange, which is ironic because an Orange Julius is the least dangerous drink ever created. The brand tried revving both the slogan and the logo in the 70s and 80s, until somebody realized that the Orange Julius mascot looked an awful lot like Sparky, the Arizona State University mascot. Not wanting to compete with a bunch of beefed-up ball players, Orange Julius dropped the imagery before a lawsuit could be whipped up.
Is there something wrong with you?
The story of a small orange stand that grew to a global sensation is a sweet and inspiring one, but even the best oranges spoil. And the whole premise of this video is, oh yeah, whatever happened to Orange Julius? So you must have seen this coming. Despite the surge in popularity the zesty orange beverage experienced throughout the 60s, the end of an era was at hand. Founder Bill Hamlin retired in 1967, selling the company to International Industries Inc., which sounds like a name you invent in an interrogation room. But in reality, they had owned the likes of the International House of Pancakes and its delicious sister store, International House of Pies. So it was not their first time to the Orange Rodeo. This new ownership took Orange Julius to its highest point, which is exactly where you happen to be standing right before a devastating fall. In 1985, the Orange Julius brand was sold again, this time to New York-based ice cream and vending machine company Custom Creamery Systems. One of the stipulations of the sale was that the Orange Julius brand got to retain the name Orange Julius. While this seemed like a pretty good deal, it didn't last long. The company changed hands once again in 1987, finding itself absorbed by ice cream royalty, Dairy Queen. The sale to Dairy Queen ushered in significant changes for Orange Julius, with the focus gradually shifting away from standalone locations. This trend was further exacerbated by Dairy Queen's sale to Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway in 1998. And changing ownership several times in just a few years is never a good sign for a company, no matter how many mysterious orange drinks they sell. The new millennium only saw more unfortunate changes for Orange Julius. Dairy Queen would begin regularly downsizing most Orange Julius locations, while converting others into Dairy Queen treat centers, hybrid stores that dropped the OJ branding but kept the drink on the DQ menu. Dairy Queen didn't completely turn their backs on the Orange Julius, however. In 2013, Dairy Queen introduced a slew of new flavors like berry palm, mango pineapple, strawberry banana, and pina colada. The recipe, which had shifted over the years, was now reduced mostly to artificial ingredients, a far cry from the fresh oranges used in the company's early days. By 2018, virtually all standalone Orange Julius locations had been shut down or rebranded as Dairy Queen stores. Pretty much the only shred of Orange Julius you can find is on some of the cups. But if you're feeling extremely nostalgic and simply nothing else will do, you can still use the search function on the Orange Julius website. Okay, so Orange Julius is a 1,000-year-old drink that experienced a brief and beautiful moment in the sun. But what the hell is an Orange Julius exactly? Is it a smoothie? A milkshake? Some kind of freaky-deaky third thing? Well, the answer to all three questions is yes. The original drink sold by Freed and Hamlin was made with freshly squeezed oranges, eggs, sugar, and a secret formula of 7 food powders to create a frothy, less acidic version of orange juice. The classic was about 210 calories, and while it had the smooth texture of a milkshake, it technically doesn't fall into that category, nor is it technically juice or technically a smoothie, although it is kind of both those things as well. In short, an Orange Julius is, well, an Orange Julius. If you want to try one for yourself, online enthusiasts have put together an easy-to-make version you can blend with items you might already have at home. The homemade version uses 1.5 cups of fresh squeezed orange juice, 2 spoonfuls of vanilla pudding mix, and 5 ice cubes blended to perfection. This is allegedly pretty close to the original version, and much easier to get, unless you have a time machine, or you know the Dairy Queen personally.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
So what do you think? Have you ever tried an Orange Julius? Let us know down in the comments, and while you're there, check out some of these other weird history food videos.